How you going? I'm just going to explain a lot of things that people don't understand about life and what I have to deal with it on a day-to-day basis. Um, See, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth or anything like that. You know, a lot of people have said over the years, "Oh, you're just a spoiled little rich boy, spoiled wog boy." You know, if it wasn't for your parents, you had nothing. And I get offended by that because the fact that people seem to forget I did work 10 years of my life. You know, I busted my ass to get my first house. You know, I bought the block of land, I bought a transportable, and I did all that on my own. My mum and dad didn't give me any money to buy that house. They didn't pay anything for the septic tanks that I put in, the water tanks, you know, paying off the house. That was all me. You know, I paid all my house off by myself. And the amount of bills that I had is just incredible. But, you know, I worked. I didn't, go blow my money on drugs or alcohol or cigarettes. That's why I'm where I am today. You know, I've had exes come and go where, all they wanted me was for one thing, to take everything that I had, except for the greatest love of my life of 6 years. The rest of them saw me as a meal ticket so they could be lazy, or marry into the family where it's like, at the end of the day, I ain't a meal ticket. I've earned everything that I've achieved in life. Like, I love the fact that I can go out and buy a hoodie anytime I want. I can go out and just, go to a movie and buy all these freaky fucking lights. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on this side. And that's not including, if I turn the ones on in there, there's another couple, and then it's got the fancy lights on the ground, and for some reason, but at the end, nice new cover too. But at the end of the day, it's not about what I have and what I don't have. See, I'll never be in a relationship ever again. I'll never be intimate with anyone ever again. I've chosen that life now. You know, I decided 1 year ago that no sex ever again. No relationship ever again. I've had opportunities and I've said no because I know that I love myself at the end of the day. I love who I am and what I've become. I'm a decent partner to anyone that would want me, true, but I'm not going to settle down. It's just, what's the point? I work my ass off to get what I'm getting. At the moment, like I'm working now just so I can get another house. And for what? Some woman to come into my life and take it from me? No way. And everyone's like, don't you miss being intimate and that? It's like, nah. The moment I gave that up a year ago, I was like, I can live without it. I even thought about being a priest. It's crazy. You know, I haven't had an alcoholic beverage in like 2 months. You know, I don't want to destroy my life like other people do. If your life's just full of, druggies and drinking and smoking, it's not going to get you anywhere. You know, I know a lot of women that are druggies, are very bad. Oh, but marijuana, it's like, don't give me that marijuana fucking excuse. It's the reason why it's, still illegal. Medicinal marijuana is one thing, but when you get absolutely stoned like a dickhead every week, nah. You're wasting your money on shit. When you could be buying yourself, instead of that marijuana, you could be buying yourself some nice clothes, some better food to eat, you know? I just don't understand why these people waste their money on that shit. You know, someone commented the other day, they're like, oh, you go to the movies every week. Same seat. Yeah, of course. I love that seat. But they said, but you're always alone. It's like, I'd rather be alone. See, the less people in my life, the less drama, the less bullshit. Less fake friends, it's beautiful. It's so calming and peaceful. Like, I can just go out whenever I want. I can wear whatever I want. I can have my hair any way I want without someone telling me what I can and can't do, without someone putting me down. At least I know at the end of the day, when I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship. I don't have to fake it for anybody. There's a lot of people that fake that they're in a relationship. There's a lot of people that fake that they're married to someone, you know. At the end of the day, like I said in a previous vid, you're never married until there's a wedding certificate. That's what someone is married to. Someone said, yeah, but I've lived with this person for 20 years. We're married. No, there's no wedding certificate. So never say that you're married to someone unless there's a wedding certificate. Not a commitment of love or anything, a wedding certificate. A marriage certificate. If you don't have a marriage certificate, you're not married. Right? And how can you call yourself in a relationship with someone if you don't even put it on Facebook? If you put on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram that you're single, oh, but I'm in a relationship. No, you're not. Because if you're not proud to put it on there, then yeah, you're not. Because there's so many females on Facebook, they put single and you think, but you're not. Like if I was your partner and you're putting single on your profile, I'd say get the fuck out. You know, that's fake relationships. And if you really love someone, prove it. You know, I see people go, oh, but yeah, I love him, he loves me. It's like, yeah, prove it. I think it's bullshit. What would you do for love? What do you consider love? Love is a very strong word. It shouldn't be about materialistic things or what someone has. If you're willing to die for that person and they mean a lot to you and you miss them, that's real love. Not just be with someone just to spite somebody else. You know, fake relationships will never end up working at the end of the day. Whereas there is someone currently that I've been in a 6-month relationship with on Facebook. And I've said to her, you know, like, there's probably guys over there that would love to be with you. And she just has this thing for me and I have a thing for her. But, like, I don't think it can ever be real unless, you know, she comes out here and, you know, something happens. I mean, that would be a dream come true, honestly, because she is beautiful. Like, she's intelligent, maker. You know, she doesn't do drugs. She doesn't drink. I don't think she doesn't smoke. She's everything I want in a woman. She has a job. She's got a beautiful heart. When people are verbally being disgusting on TikTok, she just ignores it. Like, she doesn't retaliate. She just ignores it. And that's what makes a real woman. Not some blonde bimbo that thinks just because she's got nice tits and a nice ass can get her places. I know so many women out there that because, you know, they think they're God's gift to men, you know, they've got the bodies, but they don't have it up here and they don't have it in here. They know because of their looks that they'll get anywhere in life. But the moment they lose their looks, that's it. No guy will be interested in them. And guys do not want, most guys, not all, don't want baggage. They don't want to go into a relationship with a woman that's got 3 or 4 kids. And that woman that has 3 or 4 kids has got to understand that, you know, a guy does not want that. And if it's not his kids, he definitely doesn't want that because he doesn't want to interact with the father of the kid. You know, it's just, you've got to understand from a man's perspective, they don't want baggage. Now, if a guy accepts you for you, then that guy, you keep him. You try to get him. If he likes you for you and he doesn't care about a couple of kids, try to see if you can build a strong foundation there and a strong, you know, bond. Like, I have a friend that is a single mother and we've been talking a lot lately and she lives over the border. It's only an hour's plane ride. And she has a lot of good qualities about her, like very like my fiance of 6 years, pretty much almost the same. You know, both don't drink, both don't do drugs, both don't smoke. Only difference is this one's got a couple of kids. And she's a gamer like myself, which is good. And I do think about her, but the thing is, for her to accept love from anyone, not just me, into her life, she needs to understand that, the past is the past. And it's hard getting over someone that we lost and we loved. But we have to move on. I mean, believe me, I could be, in a relationship here with someone if I wanted to. I don't want to be with anybody. I could have sex or hook up with someone right now. I gave that up. I believe that sort of stuff should only be saved for a relationship. Like, I was hooking up with different girls until recently, is 6 months ago, before I met my current partner. And I said to her, look, honey, you don't, even though you live in another country, you don't have to worry about me hooking up with anybody because I'm not interested. I've had offers and I've said no. Even a few weeks ago, I could have slept with someone and I said no. And that person didn't like the fact that I said no. It's like, well, look at my situation. We do the deed and what? Nothing happens after that. If you don't want to be in a relationship with me, but you want to have sex with me and kiss me, and then nah, I won't do it. You got a couple of kids. I ain't daddy role for them. I'm in a position in my life where, I do see everyone in my family in a relationship. They're all in a relationship, got kids or married. I'm the only one now. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool that I don't have any friends anymore. Because I could have a lot more friends, but I don't, talking about friends actually, that reminds me. I better check my phone. And I have a photo of my partner on my phone. And people say, how does that work? You both live in two different countries. We say we love each other every day. We say how beautiful each other is. We're always there for each other. And that's the main thing. I think that if we both lived in the same spot, we would never break up. It's one of those relationships where we wouldn't. And we've said this, we know we wouldn't. It's like I've got a friend that lives over the border that is in a relationship, and even she said if she was single, she'd go for me. And it's like, really? Me and you? And she's like, yeah. And it's like, wow, like that's really lovely. And then I had the other one that I was just talking about earlier on in this vid. All these people find me attractive, and it means a lot. Like I was saying to my mate at work tonight, I said, everyone thinks that I'm just like, young and I'm, in my 20s. Like the guy's like, yeah, you're in your 20s. I'm like, no. And I told him my age, and he's like, what's your secret? I'm like, mate, I don't have kids. I don't have stress. I don't have relationships. I don't even have friends, and I just do my own thing. And he's like, that's a good plan. It's like, it is a good plan. The less stress in your life, the less you age. You don't need stress. You don't need fake people in your life saying, oh, I'm your friend, I care about you, because they don't. Like people at the end of the day, actually that'll look better like that. People at the end of the day will pretend to be your friend when they're not. I mean, I had this very attractive friend here in Adelaide, about my age, just got a couple of kids, and she was there for me when I needed someone, right? And the moment she got into a relationship, bye-bye me. And I was like, what are the odds of that? And, I said to a friend, like, 'cause my friend was very sick apparently. I was worried that she was going to die. Like, I was really concerned about this girl. And the fact that, she was saying to me, oh yeah, Andre, I'll never, have a partner again. I'll never get married or anything. And I'm like, yeah, they always say that. And now she's in a current relationship. And since she's been in that relationship, I've gone bye-bye. It's not coincidental. It's because, well, I don't know her reasons, but I think, the sort of bloke that she's with maybe is a bikie or some shit, or I don't know. He looks like, because he's got tattoos all over him like an absolute. She's into the rough-looking guys. I don't know what it is about these women that go for guys that have got fucking tattoos all over their face and their arms and stuff. It's like, what the fuck? You know, I think personally, if you're tattooed on your face, you're a fucking idiot. Like, arms is one thing, but on your face, like, come on. Like, you can't be taken serious even in a workplace like that. And, you know, I would like to look a bit different and, like, see this? You're thinking, oh, it's kind of like a mohawk. Well, for me, like, I would want this all the way back. Like, I want the back completely shaved off. I want this. But because I respect my workplace and my colleagues, BW, how's it going? Billsy, how you doing? Shout out to you boys. At the end of the day, my work colleagues, they don't realize how much I actually give a shit about them. To me, any job you work in, you respect the people you work for. I know workplaces, you're not there to make friends and you're not there to look for relationships or anything. I completely understand that. But when you start working with the same group of people every week, they become like family to you. Like, your workplace should be like family. You know, you should all get along. You know, you'll have your disagreements, but if you see your colleague over there needing help, you go help them. You know, if you see that they're feeling a bit down, go say, look, hey, you're all right. Age shouldn't discriminate. I thought I had to pause the video there because the camera keeps stuffing up for some reason. You know, like, when I was in a workplace for 10 years, I got to know every department, everyone in the store. I barely know the names of the people I work with, but the thing I learned in the 10 years of working, at the end of the day, everyone's got lives outside the place. And some people's lives are different. And you've got to respect that some of those people have kids and they're working to feed their kids. Some have got husbands and wives and they go to work, you know, so they can, you know, make an income. But when I go to work, I got no wife, girlfriend, kids. I have no friends. I go there because I want to make my mum and dad proud. That's the most important thing. And I want to get enough hours so I can, you know, get another deposit for another house. You know, I got pressure on me at the end of the day. I have to succeed before my parents pass away. And that's a lot of pressure for me. Mum and dad always wonder, like, oh, you're going to have a relationship or you're going to have... Nah. I don't think there really is anyone decent here. As my mum and dad said, you always get the druggies. You always get the wrong sort of people, the bums. You know, you don't care who you get. You just settle. I used to be like that. You know, I can't just bring anybody over here. No males are allowed here. Unless they're like Pokemon or Poke Buddies, but no males are allowed here. So if I had a female friend, she can't bring over her boyfriend or a male friend. That's, you know, one of the rules. I can't have a girl sleep here. You know, so it's very lonely lights. Don't get me wrong, I love the flashing lights. I love the fact that I can, you know, put on some Netflix, some Foxtel, some, you know, Paramount, Binge, all those streaming services. But, you know, the room gets lonely. Like, I get up every day. You know, I do my housework. I do what needs to be done. I'm even like doing gardening stuff now too. Yeah, me gardening. Mowing the lawns I'm starting to do. I'm blowing with a blowback outside. Looks so nice. I got to do that tomorrow. But I try to learn everything I can while my parents are alive. Why they're here, I'm here. Why they're not, I'm not. It's like my grandpa. He was supposed to die this week. 93 years old. He wasn't supposed to survive his surgery. I think he had a chest infection and broken ribs. And yeah, like he wasn't supposed to survive that, and he's going to survive. He's a stubborn old guy, but he fights. I went and saw him the other day. Was it Monday or Sunday? I can't remember what day it was. It was Saturday. And he didn't look like Grandpa. But even though he's got Alzheimer's and he doesn't remember anyone, the moment I took off my mask, because I had like one of those COVID mask things, he looked at me and he smiled like he knew it was me. Like, I thought, how does Grandpa remember me and Dad, but he doesn't remember his own daughter? Like, it's crazy, you know? Like, I've seen my dad's mum and dad die. This year, my mum's mum died, and you know, both my parents have almost lost their parents. You know, Grandpa's still alive, God bless him, and I lost two of my best friends this year. You know, the moment I saw my friend, like I went at 1 a.m. to see my friend laying in the hospital bed in the coma, and I knew he wasn't going to wake up. He meant a lot to me. He was there when I was going through the rougher stages of my life. He was actually there when I broke up with my fiance of 6 years. Well, she broke up with me, but she had a reason. And I look at that and go, you know, these young kids that are like, you know, 37, 39. You know, my mate that was in a coma, 37, and he had a beautiful, you know, partner, and they were probably going to have a kid and get married. He's not here anymore. And then like a few weeks, I think it was only a week later, my friend in Melbourne, he's got a wife, a couple of kids, a newborn. Yeah, he's gone. And they had so much to give to life. They had beautiful partners and kids. And then there's me that's not supposed to be here, and I'm still somehow here. I would do anything to have those two gentlemen back in my life. And, you know, the fact that I don't have my nono, my dad's parents, I know that they're old, and I know that, you know, the day will come where our parents do make our, you know, come to the gates of heaven, and, you know, the gates will be open to our parents. But losing loved ones, I've never been good at death. I think if I lost my mum and dad, I wouldn't mentally be alive on this earth anyway. So I would want someone to do me in. Just, it wouldn't be easy for me because I couldn't cope. Because I'm barely coping now. Like, every day I seem to get sicker and worse mentally and body-wise. Like, my stomach, there's probably something wrong with it, but like my fiance of 6 years will agree, I'm stubborn as fuck. I don't go to doctors. There could be like shit wrong with me, but I don't give a shit. I've just got nothing keeping me going. Like, I've been due for a holiday for the last couple of years, and I'm so close of getting that, but I just can't do it. You know, like, I can't. Even though it's for 3 days, let's see, go to Sydney. I'll enjoy it. Believe me, I would. But I know someone up there. I know a couple of people up there, but I'm not going up to see them. I have a couple of people I could see in Melbourne. If I go to Melbourne, I'd just be at the casino all the time. You know, I'm not going to these places just to hook up with anybody. I'm going to enjoy 3 days out of Adelaide and just enjoy myself. And, you know, I look at this wallpaper that I have on my computer of all my friends and all the girls I've hooked up with. I look at the way I am in all the photos. For that moment of time when that photo was getting taken, I was happy. I like being happy, but I have no reason to be happy. Like, someone said, oh, but what if you won the Cross Lotto? That wouldn't mean shit to me. Winning Cross Lotto would just buy me another house. And I'd probably definitely go on holiday after that. Definitely, but like, I got my hoodies. I got like plenty of, I mean, how cool is this Saw one? I got a Freddy Krueger one. But like I said, at the end of the day, take away everything and you're left with the bare minimum. I've got nothing to be happy about. Take away all the furniture, take away all the flashy stuff. I don't have a friend that I can just go, hey, look, can you come over? I really need you. Nobody would come to my rescue. That person I was talking about, the one that before she got into a relationship, I thought she was a friend. You know, when she was sick and she was in the hospital, I said to her, look, if you need me, I'll come see you. No. I felt like an idiot. All this time I was being nice to her and, saying, it didn't mean shit. Never replies to my messages, but just sees them. If she didn't have her looks, she's a skinny, hot blonde, I don't think guys would look at her the same. She's everything I used to want in a girl, skinny and blonde, But she's got a couple of kids and stuff, but I think she looks at a guy like me and goes, nah, he's not good enough. He doesn't have a decent job. He doesn't have enough money. And it's like, why does it have to revolve around money or an expensive car? Why can't you just go out with me because I'm a nice guy? And I will post links in the four corners screen after this vid. There's a vid called Am I a good guy or am I a bad guy? And I've stated, I'm both. I'm a good guy to the fact that I would be good in a relationship. I'd be a good partner. I try to be a good family figure. I feel like sometimes I'm letting my family down, but the one thing that absolutely pisses me off are lies, are made up stories and bullshit. There is something behind the scenes that's triggering me. I've kind of hinted it in videos and stuff. I can't fully go into it due to other reasons that I can't say. And I'm not addressing the elephant in the room because it's pretty obvious why I'm a little annoyed. And you know that I'm talking to you right now, and I know you're watching because you watch all my vids. Even though you got your lovely partner next to you, that you know that you wish he was everything that I was. He's a bum. He's a criminal. He's an abuser. He's a cheater. He's a liar. He probably promised you something that he can't even deliver. And you want that. It's your choice. Whereas I'm a great person. I'm drug-free. I'm smoke-free. I'm nearly alcohol-free for the last 2 months. I don't need those in life to get ahead. You can sit in your little apartment or whatever the fuck you call it. You might as well call it a jail cell. But at the end of the day, you're not in love. You're not happy. You can put on a fake act. You can put on a mask and pretend you're someone you're not. But you're evil. You have no love in your heart for anybody but yourself. And you'll wake up one day alone with nobody. Because if you hadn't noticed already, you don't fit in. You never will. What you do to people is cruel. It's psychotic. It's manipulative. You don't have looks about you. You don't even have a job. You control whoever you date's life. You always want to have their password to their Instagram, Facebook, whatever. You always need to know what's going on their phone, what's going on in their email. That's really bad. You didn't do it to me. A decent woman would want a hard-working guy that's not a bum. A guy that looks after himself and not lets himself go. And not a criminal, not a guy that has multiple stuff from his past that, he could get in trouble for. I mean, if I was a girl, the first thing is I wouldn't date a guy that's a bum. No fucking way. Especially if he's a druggie, an alcoholic, a fucking stoner, no. Because what's he going to bring if he has a kid with me? Nothing. If he can't look after his own kids that he's got, then, that's more red flags than anyone. Don't be with someone because you want to get back at someone. Like, to be honest, I've only loved 2 people in my whole life. I was 19 with my first love, and my one of 6 years. That was it. I've had say, between 30 to 50 girlfriends in my whole life. And I've only loved 2. 19, you know, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Only lasted 8 months. But the one of 6 years, that was perfect. The most beautiful, the best ever. But ever since then, there's been no decent people. There's no been anyone that I've actually loved or want to be with for the rest of my life because, you know, I won't date a bum. You know, why should I be the one bringing home the bacon when both parties in the relationship should be 50-50? It shouldn't always be about, you know, one person paying for everything. It should work both ways. I love the fact that I can go to the movies once a week. You know, I love the fact that I can go out at nights and just go for drives and play some Pokemon. Though we do have a psycho in the area right now. I like the fact that I can play video games. I like the fact that I can just do my own thing. I trust myself at the end of the day. But if I'm in a relationship and I look over my shoulder and that's the guy that I'm with, you know you don't trust him. And I bet he doesn't trust you either. That's why I say when you get into a relationship, do it for the right reasons. Don't do it as a revenge thing. Don't do it because it's a rebound thing. Build a foundation, a strong one. Be friends and see where it goes. And if you can't wait to be friends with someone and you just want to be with them, just be with them then. But for the right reasons. You know, what if the person you think's wonderful but they don't want kids but you want kids? If you think the person that you love wants marriage but you don't, like, it's never going to work if one of those don't agree with the other person. Or if you want kids and marriage and the other person doesn't, you're just prolonging the inevitable. You're just prolonging the event. And yeah, I can't say it. You know what I mean. Be with someone that wants to be with you. For you. Not for what's on the outside. But let me talk to you. I was just wondering if, because I'm getting a bit hot here. Another great top. Look at that. I'll show you the top. It's actually quite good. Look at that. A devil and a goddess. Or an angel anyway. I'm going to talk straight shooting here. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be blatantly honest. I couldn't give a fuck who you're dating or who you're with if you've dated me. Past is the past. I really don't give a fuck. You think that you're upsetting me and making me jealous? You're not. Okay? Because unless you're one of the 2 people that I mentioned that I've only loved in my whole life, you don't mean shit to me. I don't need someone like you in my life, holding me down. Those 2 women that I mentioned in this vid, the most beautiful women of all time. Faithful, honest, loving, compassionate. I was the one that fucked up. And the one of 6 years was the best person I've ever met in my whole fucking life. So if you think that since you've not been dating me or been in a relationship with me that I'm jealous who you're with now, I really don't give a fuck. I wouldn't care if you died tomorrow. I think the person that's watching this thinks I actually give a fuck about them. I don't. See, I never loved you. I never cared about you. I think you're a disgrace to all women out there. And there may be a lot of exes watching this going, is he talking about me? Well, this could actually refer to a lot of them. But I think one of them in particular knows where I'm getting at here. See, at the end of the day, I can look at the mirror and be happy with my life. Be proud of the person I am. I'm a new person. I'm very proud of myself. I will keep working till the day I die, which could be any time. But at least I can look at the mirror and know that I am who I am. And I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not a bad person. Maybe 5-6 years ago, yeah, I wasn't the best. But now I'm amazing. I'm a fucking stud. I'm fucking doing great in my life. I don't need pathetic little druggies in my life. You were never good enough for me. You were never good enough for this family. Only one person can claim that, and that was my ex of 6 years. So you can stalk me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, other social networks that you know about. You can post all fake photos where you like. It don't bother me. Because you're faking who you are to impress people. You're making up lies and accusations about me. And that's cool. It doesn't bother me. You think I'm worried? I ain't afraid of you. That's for sure. I ain't afraid of him. That's for sure. I have looked someone dead in the eyes, tattooed, bald-headed motherfucker that could have kicked my ass. And I looked that motherfucker in the eye and said, what are you fucking looking at? And the guy looked at me like, have you got a death wish? I'm like, bring it. What are you fucking looking at? The guy, I thought, fucking hell. A little punk like me went up against a bald-headed guy with a tattoo on his face that could kick my ass and stab me in multiple places. He didn't. He shook my hand and said, you got some balls. You've earned my respect. And I'm like, really? He's like, because no motherfucker even bigger than you would even say that shit. I'm like, I ain't afraid. You kick my ass, you kick my ass. I don't care. I can take a whooping. And there isn't anything that an ex could do to me right now to hurt me. Because I really don't care. The past is the past. If you live in the past and you're an ex and you keep watching my vids, that is sad. You're obviously not over me because you're waiting for my vids to come up and you're waiting for me to like give you a shout out. I have better things to do in my life than bring up trashy little druggies in my life or people that's done wrong by me in my past. Because there's a long list. You know, Santa Claus has a list and he's checking it twice. Well, I've got a list too, and I've definitely checked it multiple times. And if you're on that list, and you probably are, I don't want anything to do with you. If you get sick and die, I wouldn't give a shit. The most important people in my life are the people in this house. My dog, which is my best mate, he's only got a few years left in him, but a couple of my friends, and that's it. Obviously my girlfriend, because she's 6 months putting up with my fucking ass. You know, maybe even if it's, you know, we're doing video chats every night, giving each other kisses and stuff, it's still a relationship. It's a nice one. But when she finds someone decent, I'll be so proud of her. But until then, you know, I'll be the man. I hope she finds someone where she lives because she's a really great girl. But like I said, at the end of the day, you're not bothering me. You're not getting to me. And I just thought I'd make that clear. Whether this vid gets me in shit, I really don't care. Because nobody could go, oh, he's talking about me in this vid. Because this could be about at least 4 different girls in this vid. I don't even have to bring up the fact that one girl that I dated 10 years ago was absolutely disgusting. And cheating wasn't even the worst part because I knew she was doing it. The using part, the drugs, the trying to get money off me. And, you know, it's funny, years later, she actually goes, I have to say I'm sorry that I cheated on you and I lied. And I'm like, cool. And I blocked her. It's not obvious. If you've done the wrong by me, I ain't ever going to forgive you. What's the point? You done wrong. You know you done wrong. You have to live with that. See, I never cheated. I never cheated. You know, and I'm proud of that. I never used someone for their looks. I never used someone for money. But can you say that? Any of you that dated me, you look at me like, oh, he can drive me around. He can take me to movies. He can drive me. He can buy me jewelry. He can buy me clothes. Why don't you buy it yourself? You know, when you're in a relationship, Don't expect your partner to pay for all these things that you want to buy. If you want to buy something, get a job. You know, at the end of the day, you don't ask your partner to buy you stuff. If your partner offers, that's different. You don't, every time you go past a jewelry store, make your partner feel bad and start looking at jewelry, because you know you're doing that. You know that if you say, oh, it's all right, I'll pay for it, you're making your partner feel like shit. You know when you walk past a jewelry store and you go into that jewelry store with your partner, you know that he's going to pay for whatever fucking thing you pick up because he wants you happy. You know you're doing that and you know it's wrong. But maybe you don't care. Maybe you want him to spend that extra money on you. Truth hurts, doesn't it? See, ain't no fucking stupid idiot. I've dated lots and lots of girls like this, and this is why I'm happy to be single. And it's brilliant being single. Honestly, I've never been more happy. I've bulked up. And, people would have called me a skinny little twig years ago. Look at me now. I just got to, get a bit more muscle on the arm. I'm better than most people's partners. I'm better than the one sitting next to you, mate. Anyways, I'm going to... What is the time anyway? Oh, it's only 11:53. My other girlfriend's messaged me. Bestie. Just had a little one. My bestie in England, man, she's awesome. I love her so much. Like, she's been there for me for years. She's seen what I've gone through. It's funny, like, she's like, I'll kick the shit out of that last one. I'm like, yeah, most people say that. Like, when I tell my story about a previous ex, they're like, how can a girl do that to you? I'm like, well, it is what it is. There are just people out there that are just pure evil. Oh, we all have an evil side. Don't get me wrong, I can be the Joker sometimes and go absolutely crazy. But at the end of the day, I'm just me. I get crazy for the wrong sort of things. I get crazy for my soccer team. Oh, God, my fucking soccer team. Let's not get started. I get pissed off when Collingwood fucking wins the games where they don't deserve. That's an AFL reference, Aussie Rules football. Collingwood is like the most hated team in Aussie Rules. And the reason behind it is because most games they're like losing the game and then suddenly the umpiring would help them win games. And some of the umpiring in the recent games made them get to the grand final and make them win the grand final. So enough on that subject. But yes, like I said, at the end of the day, I'm a good guy more than a bad guy, but, people have their opinions on me, and opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. But at least I don't lie and fake who I am at the end of the day. And I'll leave it at that. Check the four corners of your screen. Some awesome vids. Don't forget to subscribe. Please don't like my vids. Just subscribe and share them, because there's videos on here that, a lot of people can relate to. So, yeah. See you later.